Hi, my name's Mark. I'm one of the pastors here at Trillium. I was listening to a program a few years back on personality disorder. It's the new term for sociopath. And the guest, a psychologist, had just written a book on this, and he was describing the characteristics of a person who has personality disorder. And he listed them in something like this: lack of empathy, cold, calculating nature, narcissism, grandiose self-image, manipulative, secretive. And as he's going down the list, it dawns on me that he's describing me. Oh my goodness, I'm a sociopath. And at the very instant, and I'm thinking this, the host of the show blurts out, "You're describing me." And I remember just laughing out loud in the car as I'm listening to the program, and a sense of relief too. It wasn't just me. And the guest, who was a psychologist who had just written the book, saying, no, it can't be you. The very fact that you think it could be you is proof that it can't be. Because a person who really did have personality disorder, they wouldn't recognize them in the description I'm giving. They'd see my book, I might be able to give them a free copy, and they'd look at it, they'd flip through it, and then they'd say to me something like, I'll just pass it on to someone who could really use it. They wouldn't identify anything in my description as related to their circumstances or who they are. And we see this in a more mundane way in our lives, in our relationships with other people. We notice how oblivious people can be to themselves, how out of touch they may seem to themselves in circumstances. You might have had a boss who was out of touch to their employees that they have. They might have this horrible or terrible anger problem, but they don't even recognize it. You kind of have to walk around in eggshells with them because you don't know when they're going to blow up. Or maybe you've worked for somebody who tells stupid jokes and who thinks they're funny and no one's laughing. And they don't seem to pick up on this at all. Or maybe you've worked for somebody who likes to think of themselves as a delegator, but in fact is a micromanager in truth. And you can keep going down the list. And it seems so easy for us and so obvious for people to be out of touch with themselves. But it's much harder for us to see it in ourselves. Our own oblivious to our own patterns in life are far harder for us to see. Jesus talks about this when he gives the instruction not to judge others. You know, that little speck in our neighbor's eyes that we notice, that sense of obliviousness that they have. Why would you worry about their speck when that log is sitting in your own eye, blocking your view? You're oblivious to yourself in such a powerful way that you don't need to worry about what's going on in someone else's life. And yet it's so easy to see there in their circumstances and our own. And here's the challenge for us. The scriptures teach us that we are, in a sense, trapped in our own obliviousness to ourselves, that we're unable to see ourselves. We have no idea what it's like to be in our own company, in around us. We don't know what our facial expressions are, the mannerisms we have. We're not recognizing the sound of our voice or our body language or anything like that. We're out of touch. And in a spiritual sense, we're out of touch not only with ourselves, but with our neighbor and with God and with the creation. And Paul calls this sin. And you probably have had the experience of dealing with people who are so oblivious to themselves that it gets very difficult to have an ongoing relationship with them. I have a friend of mine who doesn't pick up on the cues when I need to say goodbye to him. He just will not hear me say to him, even in really blunt ways, I gotta go. And so I sometimes don't pick up the phone because I know it's going to be a long conversation and not easy to end. And I don't know for sure for you, but for me, when I reach in those circumstances where people are so oblivious about themselves, sometimes I just give up on them and walk away permanently. And the scriptures today teach us the truth that God does not walk away from us in our obliviousness. That God will do everything possible to connect with us and communicate with us. He even sends his son into the world to die for us, not as some kind of punishment, but as an expression of the lengths with which God will go to have that relationship with us. And Christ's death becomes the liberating moment in our lives when the door to the prison that we live in because of our obliviousness is unlocked. And the door is waiting to swing open for us, so that we might enjoy life with all its wonders and joy and opportunities and connecting points with others and with God and with nature and with even ourselves. And the door has been unleashed for you. You have the chance to step outside the prison that you've been created in your own obliviousness. You can step beyond the door by recognizing first that the door has been freed, opened, unlocked by Christ.